What is up, FUT players? How's it going? This is FUT11, and if you're looking for a completely honest and unbiased FUT Millionaire Autobuyer review, then you've come to the right place, because in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you why I've recently stopped using the FUT Millionaire Autobuyer despite having used it for a couple of years now. And I'm also going to be sharing with you the new FIFA Ultimate Team Transfer Market Autobuyer that I have been using in the last 2 weeks that is making me more coins than I did compared to using the FUT Millionaire Autobuyer. Now, this is going to be a relatively long video because I'm going to be comparing these two autobuyers together, and what I'm going to compare are the price points, the safety aspect of these two autobuyers, because the most important thing, or the last thing that you want to get, is your accounts getting banned. And the third thing that we're going to do is that we are going to test out and see live on which autobuyer is the fastest. So what we're going to do towards the end of this video is that we're going to run a 5-minute stopwatch, and at the end of the 5th minute we're going to stop the stopwatch and see which autobuyer had bought the most number of cards, because the more cards you buy, the more profits you make. The more profits you make, the closer you are to building that dream team and dominating in the weekend league. Now, the disclaimer that I have to make is that I do not get paid to record this video. I am not sponsored by FUT Millionaire Autobuyer, and neither am I sponsored by FUTDroid, which is the new autobuyer that I'm going to be talking about in just a bit. I am doing this video completely by my own will, and that was why I mentioned at the start of this video that this is a completely honest and unbiased review. This is a review of me having been, and still am actually, a FUT Millionaire Autobuyer customer, and now a FUTDroid customer as well. So we're going to be talking about the three things, and why we are going to talk about these three aspects is because when you are looking to get an autobuyer, a lot of your decision is going to come from 2 to 3 things. Number one, is it a price point that you can afford, right? The second thing that you want to look at, which should be the most important thing, is this autobuyer safe to use? Because like I said, the last thing that you want to have happening is your accounts getting banned. The third thing that you want to factor into before deciding which autobuyer to use is this autobuyer going to be fast enough? Not only is this autobuyer going to be fast enough to snipe players faster than any other human beings, but you want to have an autobuyer that is fast enough to snipe players faster than other autobuyers out there in the marketplace. So what we're going to do is that we're going to look at the price point. I am on the FUTMillionaire.com website. The links are in the description box below if you do decide to get the FUT Millionaire Autobuyer. This is going for $22.90 US a month right now. This is about 25 euros for those of you who are living in Europe like me or the UK. If you click on the sign up now, you will go to the checkout page and they will show you the exact cost that you have to pay on a monthly basis. So as I mentioned earlier on, if you are in Europe, the UK, you will be paying about 25 to 26 euros per month for the FUT Millionaire Autobuyer. Now, the other thing is that this is only limited to one account. So if you are like me, where you have a main account and an SBC account, or 2 SBC's accounts, then what is going to happen is that you need to go and get additional licenses, which is going to cost more money as well. So this is the baseline of what you'd be paying on a monthly basis. And then if you want to have 2 accounts with FUT Millionaire Autobuyer, you do need to get additional licenses. If you get 1 additional license, it's going to be $39 US. This is a one-time fee. And if you're like me, then you would have to get 2 additional licenses, which is going to cost you $78. And for those of you who are like hardcore SBC fans, if you end up having 3 additional licenses, because for some reason you get 4 accounts, you have to pay $117 US. That is like 110 euros if you want to have 4 accounts running simultaneously. I do encourage running multiple accounts just because you get to make more coins, but this is the price point for FUT Millionaire Autobuyer if you do want to get your hands on the FUT Millionaire Autobuyer. Now, moving on, let's talk about the new software that has come out to the marketplace that I personally feel is a lot faster and a lot safer and a lot more natural as well, and that is called FUTDroid. So this, I'm on the website, it's called FUTDroid.net, so it's spelled as FUTDroid. I think the reason why they came up with the name Droid or FUTDroid is because it's designed to automatically help you make trades as well. What I really like about FUTDroid compared to the FUT Millionaire Autobuyer is the interface. Like, I am a sucker for stuff that are aesthetically pleasing, and I really like the interface of FUTDroid. This is the FUTDroid website. If we go over to pricing, this was one of the reasons behind why I decided to try out FUTDroid. They are currently priced at the lowest plan at €6.99 per month, and this is after the trial. You get to try them out for 5 days for €1. If you do like FUTDroid and FUTDroid is making you coins, you can continue. They will automatically bill you $6.99 per month after the trial. If you don't like it before the end of your 5th day, you should just you could just cancel your membership and you will not be billed for the $6.99. Now, this is limited to 1 account, very similar to FUT Millionaire Autobuyer, but this is where it gets really fun for me. Like, I am on the silver plan because I have got 2 accounts, and the silver plan costs me about €10. So it's $9.99. I get to run it on a maximum of 5 accounts. On top of that, I've got access to the Discord channel, where these are people who are making 100 to 500. Some of them are even making 1,000,000 coins a day. And you have access to some of these moderators and ask them for tips and strategies and methods where you can dominate the transfer market and make as much coins as possible. What I do love most about this plan is that you do have access to Telegram notifier. So that means if you're at the pub with the lads having a couple of drinks, and you have FUTDroid running back home on your computer, every time FUTDroid buys or sells a player, you actually get notified through Telegram on the players that they have actually bought and sold. This is one of the major reasons behind why I ultimately decided to get myself the silver plan. So this is FUTDroid for you. If you decide to go with the bronze plan on a €1 trial, go for it. Just click on choose plan. Same thing that will happen is that you will go to a checkout page, and in that checkout page you'll have to create your email, enter your email, your username, create a password, and ultimately click on register. And then from there you will go to the PayPal page where you get it for €1 for 5 days, and then after that they will bill you for €7, $6.99 a month after that trial. Let us go back to the second aspect. This was the big reason, right, behind why I stopped using the FUT Millionaire Autobuyer. I'm still on with them right now. I've got a couple of more days before my plan actually expires, and I'm not going to renew it because I'm completely switching over to FUTDroid. And one of the reasons why I have decided to make that switch is because of the safety issues. I've been using FUT Millionaire Autobuyer since FIFA 14, and from FIFA 14 all the way up to today, I still see the same interface, you know, I still see the same design, but I don't actually see any security features being improved. Like, the only thing that I do see in terms of security features being improved is that they are recommending you to run the Autobuyer at a default of 8 requests per minute instead of what was happening last year, for an example, where it was like 10 to 12, and before that it was actually on 14 to 16. Like, every single year it seems like the request is going lower and lower, which basically means that you're not going to have a really good chance of you actually sniping these players. This is the only security feature. I think that the other security feature into it is the used requests. When it hits 100%, the Autobuyer will stop for a couple of minutes, rest it up, and then from there it will continue again. I feel that this is not very natural because you don't really know if the used request is fixed. So if they put the used request to fix at about 1,000 and it's continuously at 1,000 without any sort of variation, EA is going to find out, like, okay, this is definitely an account that's being banned because they are sending us the exact same number of requests every single time, right? This increases the likelihood of your accounts getting banned. Like I said, I've been using auto buyers for a few years now, and I've been learning a lot about these auto buyers before ultimately making that switch. What I do like about FUTDroid is that they do have random sleeps and they do have security sleeps. What also happens is that they vary their requests a lot as well. I'm going to go over to FUTDroid and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. If we go over to accounts, I love the design of FUTDroid. If we go over to accounts, let's click on this and we go over to settings. As you can see over here, we can put the maximum request per minute as 14. I personally recommend to put it somewhere between 6 to 8. You will still win players, but they do have additional sleeps. They do have security sleeps, which is amazing because you want to ensure, like when you're getting your hands on an auto buyer, you want to make sure that the auto buyer is emulating a human behavior as much as possible. So having random additional sleeps and security sleeps really helps your account and making sure that your account does not get banned. So this was the major reason behind why I decided to make that complete switch over to FUTDroid instead of staying with FUT Millionaire Autobuyer. Now coming down to the third one, which I feel is just as important as the security features to prevent your accounts from getting banned, is how fast the account is. And you know, the difference, I mean, when I was using FUT Millionaire Autobuyer, I felt like I was driving a Ferrari, right? But when I started using FUTDroid, I actually felt that the Ferrari, which was FUT Millionaire Autobuyer, got demoted to a Toyota, and FUTDroid has become the new Ferrari for me. And this was why I mentioned at the start of this video that I'm actually making more coins than I did compared to actually using FUT Millionaire Autobuyer. And I've been testing this for a couple of days, guys. Like, I've been using FUT Millionaire Autobuyer and I've been using FUTDroid, running them simultaneously over the last couple of days to see which auto buyer has made the most amount of coins for me. And FUTDroid has constantly beaten FUT Millionaire Autobuyer, and that's one of the major reasons why I'm going to record this part of the video where I'm going to show you which auto buyer is the fastest. So what we're going to do is that we've got two auto buyers over here. So I've already added 2 players into the buyer inventory. We've got the fitness card gold squad. Obviously there are a lot of people who are opening up gold packs, and they are listing these squad fitness cards. Some of them are listing these squad fitness cards for really cheap. We're going to buy them at 650, sell them at 1200. We can easily sell them at 1200, especially over the weekend when the weekend league is out. We're going to be trading another player, which is Marcus Coco. This is a player that I've been trading for a bit as well. And if we go over to FUTDroid, these are the 2 players, or these are the 2 cards that we're going to have in our buy list as well. So I'm going to go over to inventory in the buy list. I'm going to look at Gold Squad and Coco. So these are the 2 players, or these are the 2 cards. And as you can see, I've set my price. My buy price is 650. I'm going to sell it for 1200. So I'm following the exact same settings to ensure that there is no unfair advantage to these 2 auto buyers, right? Marcus Coco, we're putting it for 550. We're selling it at 900. The only difference is the sell price. We're selling this at 750, but the buy price is still the same. For settings, we're putting it as 14. Like I said, we're running it for 5 minutes, so that's totally fine. I won't get banned. So we're going to run this for 14 instead of the default 8. With regards to FUTDroid, that's exactly what's going to happen as well. We're going to be running this on 14 requests per minute as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start these 2 accounts. We're going to start with the FUT Millionaire Autobuyer first. So we're going to go over to trading window. We want to make sure that the application mode is Autobuyer, not Autobidder, and we're going to click on start. Then we're also going to go over to FUTDroid and start selected as well. So as you can see, the account has started and FUTDroid is about to go and do its thing. As you can see as well, FUT Millionaire Autobuyer has started searching for gold squad fitness cards, and FUTDroid is still waiting. It's got to go through the transfer list, got to go and do its little bit of logistics before it starts searching for the specific cards that we've added to the buy list as well. Now we're going to put this on a 5-minute stopwatch. Obviously I'm not going to bore you guys with the entire 5 minutes. I am going to time lapse this video, and we're going to come back and see which auto buyer has won the most cards. So we're going to go over here and click on start. Thank God for Google. And we're going to go back, and it still hasn't started searching. It's listing a couple of the cards that we had bought earlier on in the Arvo. So we're going to look at FUT Millionaire Autobuyer. It hasn't bought anything yet. It's started on 6 pages already. Now, in case you're wondering what method this is the 59th minute method. This is where someone just lists these cards for cheap, and almost immediately when they list these cards for cheap, the Autobuyer will snipe it. As you can see, the Autobuyer of FUTDroid has already won a gold squat fitness cards for 600 coins. And let's take a look at FUT Millionaire Autobuyer. It seems like it hasn't bought anything yet. So we're going to go over to history. There is nothing in the history section. Let's go over to the trading log. And as you can see, there are a couple of coins that we had listed. I'm just going to clear the log so that we'll just imagine we just start from scratch and not worry about the 600 coin squat fitness card. Actually, we just bought another one. We bought the gold squat earlier on for 600 coins, and we just bought another gold squat fitness cards for 500 coins. Let's see if they will buy Marcus Coco. Oh, phenomenal. We just bought Marcus Coco for 500 coins. Let's go over to the trading log. In the last 30 seconds to a minute, these 2 cards have been won by FUTDroid. Let's go over to FUT Millionaire Autobuyer and see where we're at and whether it has won anything. Unfortunately, it hasn't won anything yet. It is still searching. Items were not found on pages. It is going over to the next page. Now, these are the same cards that are being searched by both the FUT Millionaire Autobuyer as well as FUTDroid. Now, if both of them come across the same card, what's going to happen is we get to see which card was won by which Autobuyer. So I'm going to time lapse again, and I shall see you guys in just a moment. All right, so we've come to the 5-minute mark, so we're going to stop. And as you can see, we went a little bit overboard, 13 minutes overboard, and we have actually come down to the end of the test. So what we're going to do is we are going to stop these 2 accounts right now. So we're going to stop this on here, and FUTDroid just made a sneaky buy or a sneaky snipe as we were about to stop. We have to wait for this to go through before we can actually stop. That way we can actually make it a little more natural. So we're going to see if we had won or did not. Okay, so we've actually won a couple of cards here. If you do see this part where it says miss, the reason behind why this was missed was because there are times where FUTDroid will intentionally miss these cards that you're wanting to snipe, and the reason why that is because it is impossible for a human being to have 100% snipe chance, and that the whole intention of FUTDroid is to make it more natural, to make it emulate the human behavior. So we're gonna go over to trading log right now, and as you can see, FUTDroid has already made quite a number of cards purchased in the last 5 minutes. We're going to go over to FUT Millionaire Autobuyer. The Autobuyer has stopped. Let's go over to history, and unfortunately, it didn't win anything. Right? If we were to go and look at the logs, they did not win anything, which is a real bummer. So this doesn't actually happen. I know that, I mean, I've used it for a couple of days. Yes, FUTDroid makes a significant amount of coins compared to FUT Millionaire Autobuyer, but usually there should have been a card that was won, but unfortunately there wasn't. As you can see, gold squat fitness card bought for 500 coins. Marcus Coco was bought for 500 coins. We have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We won 9 cards if you were to include that one card that we purchased before clicking on the clear log. So we've come to the conclusion of which Autobuyer is faster. FUTDroid is definitely faster on that note. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, I'm not here to promote FUT Millionaire Autobuyer or FUTDroid. I'm here to do a test as an Autobuyer user myself, as a customer of both FUT Millionaire Autobuyer as well as FUTDroid. you have to go and make a decision for yourself as to which auto buyer you want to get your hands on. If you were like me when I first started using an auto buyer very early on when I was studying, and you find that the FUT Millionaire Autobuyer is a little bit more on the XC side, then you want to look into FUTDroid, because there is that €1 trial for 5 days, and then after that you get billed for $6.99. And if you feel that FUT Millionaire Autobuyer tend to be safer for some reason, and you want to go with FUT Millionaire Autobuyer, then by all means go ahead. I'm just sharing with you my personal review of both these two auto buyers and why I decided recently, yesterday, to stop using the FUT Millionaire Autobuyer and use FUTDroid instead. That being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Do subscribe to this YouTube channel, as I will be doing Road to Glory series, where we're going to start focusing on making 200,000 coins a day, and then ultimately going to that point of making 1,000,000 coins a day, because I'm learning these secrets from these incredibly pro underground traders who are making 1,000,000 coins a day. That being said, this is FUTDroid signing off. Thank you so much for your time watching this video. Until the next video, I shall catch you guys in a bit. Bye for now.